Oh, happiness is it's a good question.
Being happy is... I don't know. You can't answer that. Being happy?
Yeah.
I don't know. Not being sad.
In honesty, I think it's a choice. Like, how do you say? Because I can choose to be happy and choose to find what's peaceful in my mind, or I can just choose to be sad and depressed all day long.
Is it a choice?
I believe so. I believe it's a choice.
I think happiness is being at peace with yourself.
And how do you achieve that?
I think learning from your mistakes and accepting things that happen.
Wow, that's such like a big question. Happiness is... Wait, can I think about it for a second?
Yeah.
It's when you have a good woman, good wine.
Happiness is just not letting anything get you down.
Love.
Next right now. Making artwork and finishing high school.
Love.
Okay.
I think it comes from outside factors, but it has to start from inside of yourself. So
Do you choose to let that happen, or?
sometimes you forget. And that's when you don't see the good out there, and you don't have any hope, and that can lead to unhappiness. So definitely.
So how would those people who forget find happiness?
How would they find happiness? They have to remind themselves, I guess. And it comes from like just stepping back and, you know, realizing there's something out there to live for and finding purpose.
And how can someone be happy?
If they love someone, or if someone loves them, or all you need is love.
So, it's pretty obvious that the concept of happiness is not as straightforward as we may think. In order to know if we're happy, we must explore the various components to feeling happy and see how we may sustain that happiness. Extreme happiness, known as euphoria, is temporary. For example, getting an acceptance letter to your dream college. The elated feeling may last a while, but one event such as this will not necessarily make you a happy person. You may also feel happy being around your friends, but once you're alone, the happiness fades. Let's explore the fundamentals, the chemical source of happiness. Hormones such as endorphins, dopamine, and phenylethylamine are associated with feeling good. They are the chemicals in your body that relieve pain, improve concentration, and reduce stress. Although they may contribute to being in a good mood, they are not what cause happy feelings. Serotonin, a neurotransmitter, reacts in the brain, causing the feeling of well-being. A lack of serotonin receptors in the brain is directly linked to people with depression. Okay, so let's say your brain is working perfectly well and there's no sign of emotional disorder. How can you guarantee yourself happiness that lasts a lifetime? This is when the philosophy of happiness comes into play. Many philosophers, such as Sonia Lyubomirsky, believe that a large percentage of happiness is controlled by the individual's approach to life and their daily habits. Her idea of the road to happiness says that we should live optimistically. We should help others and be grateful for what we have. We should forgive, keep good social relationships, take care of our health, and try to achieve the most we can out of life.
Happiness doesn't mean that you're always happy. It means that you're able to handle unhappy situations well. And in the end, you are happy once you get through it.
And you said everybody has insecurities, which is very true. But how do you cope with that sometimes? Because everybody has their own coping methods.
I think admitting that you have insecurities is huge. I think that's a really big. I think introspection is really, really important. Figuring out what is preventing you from being happy, looking into yourself and figuring that out. Once you figure that out, you think why, because there's always a reason. And then once you have that source of insecurity, whether it was an experience in your childhood or even genetics, you can't control that. But knowing that that's an issue is the first way of coping with it. And figuring out a solution, I think a huge part of it is the maturity aspect.